regarded as a binding precedent, though the Chief Justice wishes me to add as a personal request that you not depict him engaging in sexual intercourse with his mother in an outhouse. Thank you very much for your interest in Chief Justice Rehnquist, and please don't hesitate to contact us again if you locate Tim Conway's number. Sincerely yours, Michael Saperstein, Clerk to the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court.
Part 1. The Authorized Campaign Autobiography. Daring to Lead by Al Franken, with Tony Schwartz.
Chapter 1. The Courage to Dare. The Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist David Broder once wrote something to the effect that anyone who's willing to do what it takes to be president should be immediately disqualified. And that's why I want to be your president. As a regular voter for most of my adult life, I have grown to share the average American's disgust with politics as usual. Year after year, election after election, we've seen candidates prostitute themselves on the altar of special interests. Corporate fat cats, six-figure lobbyists in Italian loafers, women, gays, and the so-called disadvantaged. Is it any wonder that with each passing election, we witness lower and lower voter turnout as the public skepticism turns to cynicism, which leads to apathy and despair, which can cause sleeplessness, dry mouth, and the loss of sex drive? And that's why I want to be your president. The reason I'm running is very simple: to restore America's lost faith in its leaders. Of course, the high-paid media pundits may say this claim is grandiose, that I'm not qualified, that I'm deluded, or even seriously mentally ill. But I think the American people know better. Yes, I know the job of President of the United States can be a difficult one, full of challenges, decisions, and meetings. Furthermore, a president must be diplomatic and statesmanlike, which sometimes can mean being nice to people he doesn't like. As a leader of the world's only remaining superpower, the president can ignite nuclear Armageddon at the touch of a button, killing billions. That is a responsibility not to be taken lightly. Yes, the president does earn $200,000 a year, but when you break that down on an hourly basis, it's no more than a union plumber in the New York City public school system or a third-rate heart surgeon, neither of whom confronts life and death decisions on a daily basis, except the heart surgeon. Still, by the standards of the forgotten middle class, the working poor, and the not working poor, $200,000 is a nice chunk of change. But unlike some of the candidates I'll be running against, for me the money is secondary. I recognize that any president necessarily stands on the shoulders of giants. Washington, Lincoln, etc. Anyone running for president must wrestle with a nagging suspicion that somehow he doesn't measure up to Washington and Lincoln and the others. But self-doubt is a luxury, and anyone who knows Al Franken knows that he selects his luxuries very, very carefully. And that's why I want to be your president. Furthermore, campaigning for president can be a full-time job, leaving very little time for making money by developing concepts for sitcoms, let alone writing entire scripts. Nevertheless, both I and my therapist believe that I am fully prepared for the task that lies ahead, physically, mentally, and emotionally, as long as I keep up with our regular Tuesday and Thursday sessions and group on Saturday. But the decision was not mine and my therapist's alone. There was a third person involved, the most important person in my life. Franny Franken is not just my wife, not just the mother of my children, not just the woman who